Hi, and today I have with me Mithun. Mithun, welcome to the studio.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Really nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So Mithun, I hear you've released a new single.
I have.
And tell me a bit about that.
It's called Mary John. I wrote that song myself.
Okay.
And Mary John, just we finished the video, and yeah, it's just distributing and promoting that track.
Excellent. And Mary John, did you write that yourself as well?
Yeah, I did. I wrote that myself. I was actually influenced, and there was an inspiration behind that. So yeah, I just came about, and I actually write most of my songs.
Okay.
So yeah, Mary John was written by myself.
It was the first song that's actually been released that you've written as well.
Well, before that, it was Aja Tu Mera Naal.
Okay.
That was actually produced by Jinx, and that was my first song actually released as a promo. And now it's Mary John, so Mary John is my main push out. So.
Excellent. And how is that going on iTunes and?
Yeah, it's released on iTunes actually,
Yeah.
and yeah, and it's actually on available to buy on mithun.co.uk, my official website. So yeah, it's available now.
Really good. How was the experience like shooting for the video?
How was the experience? Oh, it was great. It was actually my first time. It was my first set in a video, and I was quite nervous, as you are. Anyway, you always. This is my first video. I was nervous, but it was a great experience. It's just, as I said, it's actually a real situation. My song is actually real life experience. So yeah, so it was kind of easy getting out that way because my feelings were real. So, but it was an experience. It was a good experience.
So do you use those emotions and those real feelings when you actually write the song as well?
I did, yeah. Again, all my songs are real life experience situations, and it's all real. All my feelings and stuff. So.
Excellent. So do people around you actually mind you writing about them as well? Because obviously feelings don't involve just the one person, it involves others around you. No, so if you had an argument with someone, you say, oh, he's going to write a horrible song about me.
I haven't actually started doing that, but when I do write, there has been situations where I've actually, people know actually who the people know, like Mary John, they know, the girl knows it was written for her, she was the inspiration. So yeah, I do tell people, the song's actually about you, and they're like, yeah, oh my god. But yeah, it's great. Just real life situations, and it's just, they actually inspire me to actually write. So yeah.
Even the title Mary John is quite Bollywood style. The song's in Hindi as well.
Yeah, it is.
And is that something that you intentionally done, or is it something just happened?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Hindi singer. Hindi R&B singer, I would say. And Mary John, I actually, Hindi is actually one of my main languages at home.
Right.
And so I've just become a Hindi singer from there. So yeah, it's my, everything is in Hindi. And I mean, obviously, one of the reasons I wrote in Hindi, I actually get inspired by Bollywood as well. Right. So I always wanted to have that Bollywood feel vibe. So
yeah, no, definitely. It's something very different because you get so many Punjabi singers. I think there's a saying now, there's one in every household. So it's nice to have somebody sing in Hindi and actually tell others about real life situations and what's actually happening in their life as well. So they're quite personalised in that sense.
Yeah. But again, I mean, Mary John, not just me, I try to relate to friends as well. Yeah. Friends who have been in that situation. And most of my songs, just not me, it's friends as well. And they always like, wait, wow, that actually happened to me. I get that response, so it's nice. So.
No, it's definitely a good thing, definitely a positive thing. So where did you get your musical training from?
I started training when I was 7 years old. My late grandfather, who passed away, he introduced me to the instrument harmonium, and started learning from him. And when he went back to India, my mum took over. Okay. My mum started training me in Indian classical. Till this day, she's just been pushing me and training me Indian classical music.
Excellent. So she's been the woman behind your success.
Oh yeah, I would say that. Again, I try to all my songs and everything. I always till this day I still thank my grandfather introducing me to music.
Yeah.
learning music is just so great. You know, I was just kind of blessed that way. So,
Definitely.
but yeah, mum took over, and yeah, I thank her as well.
No, it's definitely a nice thing. I mean, by the sounds of it, it seems like music has always been in your blood. It's always something that you wanted to do.
It's you know what's really funny. Like a couple of weeks ago, my dad, well, my mum was saying, when you were 7 or 8, your dad was like, oh, I dream, like he had a dream. My song being played on radio or on TV, and he you know, it's one of his dreams as well. But we have a musical background, so it's been in the, you know, it's a family thing, and yeah, I'm just continuing that.
No, definitely. It's something positive, and it's his dream as well that you're bringing forward as well. And I'm sure it's your dream as well.
Of course it is.
If there was something else that you could be doing right now, anything else in the world, doctor, lawyer, accountant, anything, or a singer, you know, would this still be your first choice, or would you change your mind?
Music is in my blood. Music is the first thing I would want to do. I love music. Even when I go home, I love listening to all different types of music, and you know, sitting by with my harmonium. I actually compose most of my songs with the harmonium, and I just love that chill out vibe, and I just love music. I'm married to it.
Excellent. It's a really good thing. So when you compose your songs with your harmonium, do you have to be in a certain mood, or do you create a sort of certain atmosphere around yourself?
Yeah, well, you get in that mood. I mean, every time I go to the studio with my producer, to write a song, you know, we get in that situation. We have a good couple of hours, listen to music, feel a good vibe. I mean, writing songs can come in any time. I mean, even when I was at university, I was sitting there and something will come in my head, and just write something. Instead of taking lecture notes, I'll start writing my songs. And, you know,
1 or 2 lines of bass.
Yeah, you know, and I always you have that feeling. For harmonium, when I go home, you know, you listen to music, and then an idea pops in your head. Let me write this down. That's how I do it.
Guys, let's go, man.
Cheer up, man. Come on. Are you down for the class? Cheer up, man. Next time you see her, you just gotta tell her.
Nah, man, I can't do that. Nah, bro, you know I can't.
This is your chance, man.
Nah.
There she is. Go tell her.
Nah, bro.
Come on, man.
What are you doing?
Go.
I can't.
Go for it. Come on, man.
Go for it.
We'll come with you.
Alright, let's do this.
सोनिए आजा तू मेरे नाल हीरिए हीरिए आजा तू मेरे नाल सोनिए सोनिए आजा तू मेरे नाल हीरिए हीरिए आजा तू मेरे नाल बन जा तू मेरी जाना हो जाऊं मैं तेरा राजा बन जा तू मेरी जाना हो जाऊं मैं तेरा राजा प्यार कर ले तू मुझसे आजा तू मेरे यारा आजा तू मेरे यारा आजा तू मेरे यारा कुछ कहना है तुमसे सुन ले तू ये खबर कुछ कहना है तुमसे सुन ले तू ये खबर सोनिए सोनिए आजा तू मेरे नाल हीरिए हीरिए आजा तू मेरे नाल सोनिए सोनिए आजा तू मेरे नाल हीरिए हीरिए आजा तू मेरे नाल
I was speaking to Mithun just before the interview as well, and I found out he speaks in Bengali as well.
I do.
You do?
I do.
That's really amazing. You
It's,
speak Hindi, Bengali, English.
Yeah, it's all because of my grandfather. He came from a place called Calcutta.
Okay.
They speak Bengali there as well, and it's funny because every time when he used to speak Hindi with me as well, when he was training me, he used to come out with Bengali words, and I was lucky because from there I actually learned. And you know, when you're young, you pick up things so quick, and it just stuck in my head. So yeah, so
It's a good mix of languages to have.
oh yeah.
Definitely. And even in your new album, And is there a Bengali track in that as well?
Yeah, there is. There's one Bengali track,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so it's just I tried something different and thought let me try this and just see what the public say.
It's definitely a good step, something very different. I don't think it's been done before over here.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not very common over here either, so it's definitely a good step. So this idea, where did that come from to have a Bengali track?
It was again grandfather. When I was growing up, I listened to as we all know, India has so many languages, and when I was growing up, he introduced me to listen to Bengali music, Gujarati music, Punjabi music, and Marathi music, and just picked up. And I still watch you watch your Bollywood films, but I still watch Indian Bengali films, and you have Shan singing in there, Kunal Ganjawala, Sonu Nigam, and all these big artists. And Bengali, the idea, I thought, you know what, let me try this, and I just was inspired by the whole Bengali industry over there. So I'm going to try this and see what happens.
You see some pretty big names there within the music industry, who are Bengali singers as well. Which of these are your inspiration, or are there any other things that are your inspiration as well?
You know what, my favourite artist of all time is Abril Haq. I love his vibe, he's a great performer, a great singer and a great joker as well. And I look up to him a lot. And Sean and KK from the Bollywood industry, and if we're talking about mainstream, it's Enrique Iglesias. Look up to him a lot as well. So yeah.
It's definitely good to have inspirations from so many different aspects of music, and they've all got different styles as well.
They have, and so.
No, it's definitely a good thing. But which sort of a style do you hope to develop? Because you're still quite new into the industry, you're quite fresh, and you're still learning and picking up new things as you're moving along. So is there a certain style that you want to develop or you're aiming for?
I would always say this to everyone, that I'm an Asian R&B singer.
Yeah.
It's just mixing over the Hindi and the Western, just crossing over there, and just trying to be different, but not too different. And as I write my own songs, and it's just a different style, just mixing both Western and Indian cultures together. So see what happens from there.
And do you have any brothers and sisters that are also interested in music as well?
Yeah, well, you know what? I have a little brother, 7-year-old brother, and he says actually his birthday next week. When it's kids, they love music and stuff. So my whole family's into music. So
he must be a fan of yours. He was 7 years younger than you.
Yeah.
Fan of yours as well.
I hope he is.
Have you signed your first autograph yet?
I have. It was amazing. It was just weird. This good couple of weeks ago, it was actually at the airport, and just some girl. She just recognised my Mary John track, and she said, "You're the girl that sang Mary John." I said, "Yeah," and she's like, "I was like, yeah, cool." And it's great when people start recognising, your talent, your work, and it means a lot for someone to say, "Wow, that song's good." And sign my first autograph then.
No, definitely. I mean, feedback is always very important, and as we know, society is a mirror of who we are as well.
True,
so it's always nice to hear positive feedback as well. How do you deal with criticism?
Yeah, well, criticism comes. You learn as well.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the industry, my father's he's a big critic, and it's nice. It's when you go home and my dad will pick out a few things, this and that. You improve from there. Sometimes you have criticism. It's good for you because you learn and you improve. But sometimes there's other criticism. You just try to put it over your head and just concentrate on what you're doing. So.
Who would you say is your main competitors at the moment in the music industry? Because there's a lot of fresh talent out there, and
there is.
Everybody wants to be number one.
I'm a big fan of Naveen Kundra.
Yeah.
And we all know he's a Hindi singer as well. I'm a big fan of him as well. And I wouldn't say compete. I would say we're sharing the same thing. But I wouldn't say we compete. I would say we're sharing our music. So.
Watch out, Naveen, Mithun's around.
Hopefully I'll do a collaboration with him. Hopefully. That'd be
Fingers
great.
crossed. You never know. I mean, he's a good singer as well.
He is. He's brilliant.
Yeah, and his tracks are quite good as well.
Oh,
He
lovely.
writes his own music, composes everything himself as well. So I do feel that there are a lot of similarities there. But then you're quite young and you've come into the industry. You haven't taken part in any talent contests or any special shows?
Well, with talent shows, when I was actually good few years back when I was in primary school and did a couple of talent shows then. Actually done a couple of performances at my secondary school. My first performance, singing-wise, was when I was in sixth form at my school. And yeah, that was my first time. I was so nervous and all that, and that was actually when I started off writing songs after that. So.
Okay. So sixth form is quite young. That's an age where you want to make an impression and you're just making your identity or creating your identity for yourself. So it's almost like you knew from that age that this is what you wanted to be.
Yeah, it was funny actually because I didn't expect to even perform that day or wherever. And it was my manager Rishi, he's a great friend as well. And he was like, you should do a song. You should perform at this. It's a big event that's happening. Do a song. And I said, okay. And he kind of pushed me in that direction. Let's start. Start doing. He's a great mate, and he's always believed in me as well, and saying, because he knew about obviously my musical background and stuff, and he kind of pushed me into that direction. So again, thanks to Rishi as well. Going into that direction.
It's always nice to have right people around
Definitely.
you, right friends.
It's all great friends and family, and it's all about that, great support. So that's what really always helps.
But then there's always some enemies as well, just lurking around the corner, or some people that try to pull you down, especially within the Asian community. Why do you want to go into singing? Have you ever had that sort of a negative feedback, like why singing? Why did you become a doctor? What's wrong with surgeons or anything like that?
You get that, but as long as my parents are not saying that, as long as they're supporting and I'm making them, if I'm smiling, they're smiling, and it was always, them saying, if you want to become a singer, if you want to progress into this industry or something, do it, we're right behind you. So, again, criticism outside, and people saying that, I just put it in my head and just focus what my parents say and what they want from me. So, yeah.
In a few years' time, would you see yourself in Bollywood?
Oh, I hope so. that's a big dream. Funny enough, one of my dreams is actually to do a playback singing as well and sing Imran Hashmi. I want Imran Hashmi or Shahid Kapoor, doing it, just miming my track on, in a film or something, and that'd be so great. That's one of my biggest dreams.
And nothing's impossible. Like, you've made so much possible so far.
Thank you.
And you have come a very long way, very quickly as well.
Thank you.
And everyone's listening to your tracks right now. Everybody knows who you are. You've already signed your first autograph as well.
Yeah.
So fame's coming quite quickly. Like, normally it comes at a steady pace, but it's coming quite quickly to you.
Again,
and, how are you dealing with that?
It's
changing you as a person?
No, well, I'm still the same. It's all the support. People, the more support I get, the more thankful I am, and I get the confidence from the support out there. People that say, you're good, and want to hear more from you, and it keeps me going. So it's just all down to the great support. So I just keep hoping. I just hope they still receive that one. My support keeps growing.
Definitely. I'm sure your fan base will keep increasing as well, especially with the young girls running behind you. You gave your first autograph to a young girl as well.
Yeah, I did.
And it's a good thing. I suppose that will be your main target audience as well.
Yeah.
The main people that you want to listen to your music, listen to your songs. Do you get inspired by other aspects of life as well, or is it just love and those?
No, I mean, if we're talking about writing songs, it could be anything. It could be friendship. It could be anything. It could be anything, not just love. I mean, when the album does come out, when it does drop, you'll listen to it. Quite a few different meaningful songs, different stories. Yeah, there's a track about friendship as well. So it's just trying to create a different vibe, different feeling. Not just about love, just different stuff. Just different.
If a Bollywood director was watching this interview right now, and thought, this guy has got something, there's something special in him, I want him in my next movie, what would you do? You received that phone call, what would you do?
Oh my days, I don't know what I'll pinch myself first. I think, this is actually happening. But it's a big dream. It happens, but I'm just going to keep doing what I do, and you never know.
Would you carry on singing as well? If you were offered a chance in a movie, or would you just go into acting? I know it's a difficult question,
No,
but...
I'll definitely carry on singing, as I said before, music's in my blood. And yeah, but again, who knows what will happen in the future, but music is always there. I'll always carry on singing. So.
I'm going to be very cheeky now,
Okay.
just for the audience,
Okay.
not for myself.
Alright.
Could you sing me a few lines?
Yeah, sure.
The single.
I will. From Mary John, I'll sing actually a couple of lines from the second verse. हो जब तुम आते हो मेरे पास क्या हो जाता है हमको तुम्हारे बिन ओ मेरे सनम कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगता हो जब तुझको देखता हूँ मैं तो कहीं खो जाता हूँ हो जब तुझको देखता हूँ मैं तो कहीं खो जाता हूँ मेरी जान तू ही मेरी जान 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 तू 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 मेरी जान मेरी जानिए मेरी सोनिए सुन ले क्या कहना चाहता हूँ तुझसे ये बात मैं कहना पाऊँ अब तो सुन लेना मेरी जानिए मेरी सोनिए सुन ले क्या कहना चाहता हूँ तुझसे ये बात मैं कहना पाऊँ अब तो सुन लेना जब तुझको देखता हूँ मैं तो कहीं खो जाता हूँ जब तुझको देखता हूँ मैं तो कहीं खो जाता हूँ मेरी जान मेरी जान तू मेरी जान मेरी जान मेरी जान तू मेरी जान
It's really amazing.
Thank you.
It's really good. And it's straight away, and that was on the spot. I just asked you to sing, and it was really, really good.
Thank you.
And when you do your performances, or
Yeah.
when you're preparing to sing, how much time does it actually take you to prepare to sing, or to prepare for the performance?
Oh, yeah, I mean, always practice every day. It's
Yeah.
actually a routine that I have. I mean, when I perform, I practice every day. So whenever there's a performance, I still continue practicing every day, even if there's no performance on that day. I have a routine, like every morning I wake up and with my harmonium, I actually use a couple of rags.
Yeah.
And Mom's always saying, do that, keep doing that, keep doing that. And so every morning I do that. And so I mean, I always try to be prepared before a performance. So yeah.
No, that's really good. So you've had professional classical training
have.
from your mum as well, and you know how to play the harmonium. Are there any other instruments that you're thinking of maybe learning?
I really want to learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
I was telling my mum today, actually, I really want to know how to play the guitar. So who knows, the next performance you might see me pulling out a guitar and doing a performance for that. So yeah, I would love to play a guitar.
No, because you're quite young and still, you do want to develop, you want to grow as a singer, as a musician as well.
Definitely. You always
So
have
there's definitely a step that you could take, or you can learn quite a few different instruments as well, which would be quite positive. But I want to go back to your songwriting now.
Yeah.
And the inspirations that you get, you say that certain things inspire you, then you write one or two lines here and there. But has something very significant happened in your life, or when did you first discover that you've actually got a talent for writing? Because it's something quite personal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just before I went to university, I started writing then, and it was just, inspiration. It sounds cheesy, but when you see, like with me, for Mary John and Ajatu Miranal, there's actually one of my friends surrounding as well. They were, when all my friends used to. When you see a girl and when you're young and you always, for a guy, it's always nervous to go up to a girl and tell her that he likes her or not, And I was starting to actually start writing from there. And, obviously for me as well, there was a girl and, well, I'm still single. So, there was a girl.
So that everyone knows that it's clear.
you know, it's friends as well. So I started writing since then because of them. So yeah, that's how Mary Jana Ajita Mirinala came along.
And did your parents find out afterwards, after the song, or did they find out during or before?
Oh, during they're always like okay, and yeah, when I write a song, they're like, you know, it's good because again, it's an inspiration. So it's friends and you know friends that have inspired me to write. So.
Yeah. Are there certain restrictions that you have to set for yourself for your singing to keep your voice the way it is, or certain rules that you have to follow?
Not really. I can. Mum's always saying, eat anything, drink anything, but always practice. So, always practicing and always practicing. I know some people say if you're a singer, don't drink fizzy drinks. Or, you know, still just practicing. So yeah, not many restrictions, but I try to cut off from fizzy drinks and all that. So yeah.
So it definitely does help in some.
It does. No, it does. I mean, if you do start cutting off, you know, things like that. But I wouldn't say that. I eat anything you want, drink anything you want, but just keep practicing. And yeah, so that's what I keep doing.
I mean, so far the questions I've asked you and the answers you've given me, seems like you have, you know, a good support network around you, like your family, your friends, the right people around you that are there to push you forward as well.
Yeah, they are. I know it's a dream for me as well, but it's more of a dream for them as well, and they always support. It's great. It's all about meeting great friends and, you know, having right people supporting you at the right time, and I've just been really blessed like that. So.
Definitely. And when is your album releasing?
Album's looking to release summertime, June. And before that, there will be another couple of singles dropping.
Okay.
And it's just all up to I just need as much support as I can get, and hopefully people like what I do. So.
Definitely. And what would your album be called? Have you given it a title yet?
Self-titled. My name Mithun. So obviously my first album, debut album. So yeah, it'll be named Mithun.
And your videos, the singles that you're doing, are you doing videos for those?
I am, yeah. There'll be a couple of videos for those as well. So again, just promoting.
So a lot of hard work in the coming few months.
Oh, it's always hard work every day. But yeah, as long as people like it and support it, and you know, makes you feel you should work even more harder and keep, you know, you have that ego to keep working hard and hard. So.
That's it, just keep pushing yourself forward, and the sky's the limit.
Definitely.
So they say. But thank you very much for your time
today.
Thank you
for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure that your fan base has increased by about 1 million already. And if there are any Bollywood directors out there, they've had a short preview of the way you sing as well.
Hi.
But we'll be playing your singles on air as well. So I'm sure that you know the word would get around, and I do hope you every success in the future as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Thank you.